Hello. In this video we will see how to set up a GIE tunnel that automatically starts when the Ubuntu machine boots up. We have 3 Ubuntu machines running in EVE-NG and connected like you see here. We will set up a GIE tunnel between Linux 1 and Linux 2. We will also go over how to set up a basic interface using the systemd network D service. I have the 3 Linux machines connected to the console. Let me go ahead and log into all 3 of them. The legacy way of doing the same type of configuration is using the ifconfig structure, which is legacy in the current version of Ubuntu. The systemd network D is very powerful and I will cover a lot of those features regarding this service. Stay posted. We need to first verify that routing is enabled. We will open the sysctlconf file and verify that the net.ipv4.ip_forward parameter is set to 1 on all 3 of the Linux machines. They are. The box called Linux router will be routing the traffic to simulate the WAN. The Linux Ubuntu on the left and the right will use that Linux router box as its default gateway. Now that we verified that routing is configured on all 3 boxes, let's run the command ip-link show to see the network interfaces that are detected by the operating system. The Linux 2 box has 2 interfaces, those are ENS3 and 4. The Linux router has 3 interfaces, 3, 4 and 5. The Linux 1, which is the box on the left, has interfaces 3 and 4. Okay, let's look at EVE-NG. We see that Linux 1 E0 is the one connected to the router. The NIC card would be ENS3. The box in the middle has 3 interfaces but 2 are connected, E0 and 1, those would be ENS3 and 4. The box on the left has only one interface connected, which is E0, this would be ENS3 in the config. We will use nano and create a file, 10-ens3.network. This will be created under etc/systemd/network. This config file will do 2 things. It will first match the NIC card name, it will be matching for ENS3. It will then assign that NIC card a network address of quad 1/24. It will also assign a default gateway of 111.254. This is pointing at the Linux router in the middle of the setup. This is all the config needed to get the interface configured with an IP address as well as bring up the interface. Now, we need to run systemctl followed by the parameter restart. We will restart the systemd-network D daemon. Before this, let's run the IP address show command to get a snapshot of the current status before we restart the service. As you can see here, interface ENS3 has no address. Let's restart and check the IP address show command after. We see we have an IP address on ENS3 which is quad 1/24. If you do IP route show, we see also that we have a default route pointing at 111.254 address, which would be the address assigned to the Linux router. Now let's set up the Linux router. We will set up two files under etc systemd/network, one for the ENS3 interface and one for the ENS4 interface. Each interface will be assigned the address ending with 254. Now let's set up the Linux router. We will set up two files under etc systemd/network, one for the ENS3 interface and one for the ENS4 interface. Each interface will be assigned the address ending with 254. I like the fact that the configuration are using INI format. We will go ahead and do IP address show before we restart the service. No addresses are assigned to the interfaces. Let's restart now. Let's run the IP address show. Now you see we have 111 assigned to ENS3 and 222 assigned to ENS4. We can also ping the quad 1 address. Let's now move on to the last Linux box. We will do the same here as well. Set up the interface network configuration file under the etc systemd/network folder. Now, this side we will have the address quad 2 and the default gateway of 222.254. We will then restart the service and check. Okay, let's do IP address show. We see the IP address on ENS3. If we do IP route show, we see the default gateway pointing at 254. Let's ping the other side. If we ping quad 1 and get a successful ping reply, that means end-to-end we have connectivity. We are good. So we have fulfilled the basic connectivity. Now we need to create the tunnel interface. We will create a netdev file under etc systemd network d. We will call this interface GRE-interface. The first section is the netdev section. We provide a name and the kind of interface we are creating. We will set the kind to GRE. Setting the MTU is also good. To get the tunnel up, you need to specify what is the local IP to use and what is the remote IP to connect to bring up the tunnel. This is specified under the tunnel section. The next step is for us to create the network configuration file for the tunnel interface. We will create a .network file for this interface. The purpose of this .network file is to add an IP address on the tunnel interface. The first section is the match section. We are matching on the interface device that we created in the last file, and under the network section we set up the IP address of 192.168.1.1/24. So, Once the configuration are applied by a system D-network D restart, the tunnel interface will be created and assigned the IP address. We also need to open the ENS3 file and create a network section to let the network D service know that this interface is attached to a GRE interface that it needs to bring up when interface ENS3 comes up. Adding another network section and specifying the tunnel will achieve this goal. Let's do IP link show. We don't see the GRE interface. Let's restart the service and check again. Okay, now let's run the IP link show. We see the GRE interface. If we do IP address show, we see the GRE interface also has an IP address, which is the IP address that we specified in the config file. Let's set up the other Linux box so we can bring up both sides of the GRE tunnel. We will do the same configuration. The only difference would be the local and remote IP addresses, which would be opposite. Also, the IP address of the interface is going to be 192.168.1.2. Have to repeat as I didn't run nano using sudo. I will speed through it. The system D network D is so powerful. My goal is to show you how powerful it is. It can allow you to use Linux easily as a router. Please hit the like button and subscribe. You will be a Linux network expert through my videos. Now after we restarted the system D service, we should be able to see the tunnel interface and the IP address assigned to the tunnel interface. Let's ping the other side of 192.168.1.1 and see if we are getting end-to-end communication. We are. Let's check on the other side. We are as well. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hit like and subscribe.